ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तमाविद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। संजय उवाच
अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः
संजय उवाच
तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदम्
कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदम्
विषमे समुपस्थितम्
विषमे समुपस्थितम्
अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम्
अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम्
अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन
कीर्तिकरमर्जुन
क्लैब्यं मास्मगमः पार्थ
क्लैब्यं मास्मगमपार्थ
नैतत्त्वय्युपपद्यते
नैतत्त्वय्युपपद्यते
क्षुद्रं हृदयदौर्बल्यम्
क्षुद्रं हृदयदौर्बल्यम्
त्यक्त्वोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप You can mute your mic now, please. Now we have entered into the second chapter. After the first chapter, that is the first chapter, the despondency of Arjuna, the shoka which arose in the mind of Arjuna and which exhibited externally, and all its description, his experience of samsara, and how he poured out his thoughts to Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna, and substantiated by his argument that refraining from war is a good thing for both the Pandavas and the Kauravas, and waging this war against his own kith and kin is a papam. It will incur papam, it will bring the destruction of his own people. So both the Kulagnaha, the destroyers of the people, and the Kula Dharma and the Kulas both get destroyed. So nobody is benefited by this war. It would be better for them to kill us rather than we defeating them, we killing them. So the first chapter described the samsara varnanam of Arjuna. So Sanjaya reported verbatim what talks were going on between Bhagavan Krishna and Arjuna. As it is. He didn't add anything. As it is reported. In fact, he was the first reporter in the world. Genuine reporter is Sanjaya. Reported as it is, as it happened to Dhritarashtra. Now, after this first chapter, the second chapter, the teaching is going to be started. Not yet started, going to be started. The second chapter is very important in the sense, once the teaching starts, that is from the 11th shloka onwards, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Bhagavan will speak, Bhagavan will give Upadesha. Up to the end, it contains the essence of teaching of the Upanishads. The Veda contains the essence of the teaching of the whole Veda. The whole Veda, that is consisting of Purva Bhaga and Uttara Bhaga called Vedanta, the essence of the whole Veda, Veda Purva and Vedanta, are presented beautifully by Vyasacharya through the mouth of Bhagavan Krishna. So, the second chapter is the essence of the whole Gita. After that onwards, other chapters are or nothing but the elaboration of the second chapter. To understand Gita, it is enough to understand the second chapter of the Gita. If Arjuna had not asked the further questions, then other chapters would not have come. As a student, Arjuna had not yet become a student. He will become a student. We are going to see. As a student, he asks questions and Bhagavan Krishna answers. That is how the other chapters are presented. The cause for the other chapters to come into existence is because of the question of Arjuna. Arjuna now becomes a very sincere, diligent student. He had some doubts, and he asking the same doubt. You will see the third chapter, the fourth chapter, fifth chapter. You will keep asking the same doubt using different words. And Bhagavan Krishna also, as though it is a new doubt, is asking. You will explain the same thing in a different way. That is how all the chapters are further added. So now the first chapter, after the first chapter, second chapter, which starts where the teaching had not yet started. Now Arjuna, who is overwhelmed by the compassion, kripaya avishtam, overwhelmed by compassion, and ashrupurna akula ikshanam. His eyes were filled with ashru, tears. Ashrupurna akula ikshanam. Ikshanam is akula. His vision is clouded. Not only his physical eyes, even his vision, mental vision, even his approach to the Vishaya, that also is blurred now. He has lost his Viveka, Akula Ikshanam, not only the physical vision, his mental vision, his clarity, his Viveka. His Viveka is now enshrouded. Therefore, he is Dukkitaha, Dukkaha. Tam Vishidantam Arjunam Idam Vakya Madhusudanaha Uvacha. Madhusudana spoke these words. And Bhagavan spoke. Bhagavan did not give Upadesha. First thing he said is Kutastva Kashmalamidam. Kutaha, from where? From where this Kashmalam? Kashmalam means this Dukkham, this Shokam, this confusion, this Vyakulam. From where this confusion has come upon you? Before coming to the war, you are very clear. You asked me to drive the chariot, be the charioteer, and I also gladly accepted. Now, having come to the war, suddenly you are changing your mind. That doesn't befit you being a Kshatriya, doesn't befit you to run away from the battle, to withdraw from the battle. It is a do or die situation. Either you do it or die. There is no going back. That doesn't befit a Kshatriya, and that you are not an ordinary person. And that this Kashmalam in this Vishame, in such a crisis, Kutaha, from where it has come upon you, Samupastitams, from where this Shoka, this confusion, it has come upon you. And that too in this crisis. This is Vishame, this is improper time. If you are relaxed, there are no issues and you are confused, that is a different thing. There are no pressing situation there, you are confused. You have got time to think and clarify, relax. But here, there is no time. It is not the time. It is not the place where you can sit and analyze. You don't have time. You have decided and come. So, therefore it is Vishama. Vishame is Samupastitam. Improper place, improper time, this it has come upon you. And therefore this Kashmalam, it is Anarya Jushtam. It is Anarya. Arya means a cultured person, a person of upright behavior, the conduct. Dharmika Purusha, cultured person, who has got clear buddhi, thinking faculty, who enjoys clear thinking faculty thanks to the teaching of his guru, thanks to the teaching of his guru and his parents, and how he was brought up, parentage, all this makes a person Arya. So Arya doesn't refers to the Arya Dravidian. That is another confusion. Arya here doesn't mean that. Arya means a cultured person. Even the word Arya itself, Arya means a cultured person, a noble person. That is what Arya is. Doesn't have to do anything with the color. Dravidians are black, Arya are white. The thing has to be color. A black person can be a cultured person. Why not? Arya means cultured person. Anarya Jushta. That doesn't befit a cultured person. So Anarya Jushta, which is Anarya Jushta, which is totally unworthy. This Anarya, it is totally unworthy. It is not in keeping with your upbringing, with the natural qualities, disposition, what you have. It doesn't befit you. Doesn't keep it. It's not in keeping with that. So therefore, it is Anarya Jushtam. This Kashmalam is Anarya Jushtam. This Shokam is Anarya Jushtam. Hey Arjuna, you who are an Arya, this is Anarya Jushtam. This Shokam is Anarya Jushtam. And this Shokam, because of this Shokam, you want to withdraw from the war, that will be Asvargyam. Asvargyam means not that it will not take to Swarga, it will take to the other quite opposite place, that is Naraka. So it will take to Naraka. So Shoka is Naraka Sadhanam. Shoka is Naraka Sadhanam. Shoka is a sign of samsara. So samsara means it is pain. Therefore, it is Naraka. It will take you to Naraka only, not to Swarga. Even if you die in the war being a Kshatriya, it will take you to Swarga. And people will praise you after you die. And even you go to Swarga because of the punya you gained by giving your life in the battle, you are going to enjoy in the Swarga Loka. But this running away from the battle, that will not give you Swarga. On the other hand, it will take you to Naraka. And also you will lose your kirti in the world. Whatever glory you have gained so far. Arjuna is known for his handling of bow and arrow. Archery means Arjuna. Archery is Arjuna. Even they say when strong thunder comes, you say Arjuna, Arjuna, that will protect you. So that's the glory of Arjuna. What will happen to the glory? Akirtikaram. This Kashmalam will bring you Akirti. It will bring Akirti. It will destroy your name and destroy your fame. You will gain only infamy. All your glory will no time it will be destroyed by this action of withdrawing from the battle. Withdrawing from the battle not only destroys your name and fame, you are also you will be supporting adharma. You will be supporting the perpetuation of adharma by Duryodhana. Being a Kshatriya, your duty is to protect dharma. Now, withdrawing from the battle, you are allowing Duryodhana to perpetuate adharma. So, you become the cause of even adharma. That will bring akirti, disglory to you. Therefore, hey Partha, hey Parantapa. So, Bhagavan Krishna reminds him, you are not an ordinary person, you are Parantapa, you who are capable of destroying all the enemies. You never withdrew from any battle. In fact, all the enemies, they ran away out of fear in the battle from you. Therefore, you are Parantapa. Paran, Shatrun Tapati, you burn the Shatrus. Parantapa. Clybium Masmagam of Partha. Clybium, this cowardliness, this unmanliness, don't give yourself to this unmanliness. Clybium means neither masculine nor feminine. So that is a very strong word. It's a very strong word of rebuking Arjuna. So that is will pinch Arjuna very deeply. So that's why Bhagavan Krishna uses the word klaibyam. So the klaibyam, the word, it will shake the pride of Arjuna. And Bhagavan Krishna did not call him a klaibyam. Don't yield to unmanliness. You are not that. Don't yield to that because it is not your nature. That's what it says. Klaibyam masmadam of partha. Na etat toyi upapadyate. Etat kashmalam dukkam, it doesn't befit you. It doesn't befit you, a man of such your stature. It doesn't befit you. Therefore, Kshudram Hridaya Daurbalyam, this low, this faint weak-heartedness, Daurbalyam, Hridaya Durbalata, you give up. Tyaktva, having given up. Uttishta. Uttishta means stand up. Uttishtata, Jagrata, Praptyavara Nibodata. The word Uttishta also, it comes in Kathopanishad. We saw in the Kathopanishad class. Uttishtata, Jagrata, Praptyavara Nibodata. This is what Swami Vivekananda, he did not literally translate, he just gave a beautiful sentence in English. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. He modified, not the translation of the word, the sentence of the Upanishad, Kathopanishad. He modified the sentence that the nice way to awaken the people of India. Arise, awake, and stop not. Uttishtata, get up. It means get up. Jagrata, you wake up. You wake up to the reality. Don't be in delusion. You wake up. Uttishtata, Jagrata. So Uttishtata it's borrowed from the Upanishad, Kathopanishad. Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapyavara Nibodata. You are confused. Therefore, reminding Bhagavan Krishna reminding Arjuna. So you are confused. So you seek help. You get up and seek help. Seek help from the person who has knowledge. You are not able to solve the problem by yourself. Therefore, Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapyavara Nibodata. You can bring in the Upanishad Vakya here. You seek help from the person who has knowledge, from the knowledgeable person. To come out from this shoka, to come out from this samsara. Samsara can be removed only by a wise person, by a jnani. So you seek his help. Seeking help is intelligence. That is what Bhagavan Krishna says. Uttishtata. You can literally take the meaning Uttishta as get up and fight. And also by bringing the words, the Vakya of the Kathopanishad, you can also say you wake up to the knowledge. Have clarity. You wake up to the knowledge. That knowledge, gaining which the samsara is destroyed. You wake up to that. That knowledge, to gain that knowledge, you approach the teacher. Katham, how to approach the teacher? Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedam nastyakrita krutena tad vijnanatam sagurumeva vigachet samitpanigi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. In Mundakopanishad, Upanishad says, gives the protocol how to approach the teacher. And also says, Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanaha, having examined the experiences of the karma, whatever karma you have done or you are doing, having understood the limitations of the karma. Karma will give you limited results. You want freedom. You want limited freedom. Freedom, if it is limited, then it is not freedom. A freedom means it must be total. Karma is limited, therefore karma will bring you only a limited, a relative freedom. Therefore, having analyzed the limitations of the karma will not give you freedom, absolute freedom. Therefore, you have certain dispassion towards the karma and the karma pala. Therefore, nirvedam ayat, gaining this passion. Then what you do? Then having understood that kritena karmana akritaha mokshaha nasti, by the karma which is limited, you cannot gain the unlimited moksha. Moksha is freedom. If moksha is gained by action, then moksha also will be limited. Freedom also will be limited. Therefore, by action, you cannot gain the unlimited, which is moksha, which is freedom. If that is the case, moksha must be your nature, your swarupa. That you need to know. And you have to refrain from longing for the limited results of the karma, whether it is Laukika karma or Vedika karma, and longing to know that, gaining which you become free. That is your swarupa, your nature is freedom. So you want to know that. How will you know that? You cannot know on your own. For that, you need to go to the Guru. Tad vijnanartham. What tad vijnanartham? Moksha, freedom. Tad vijnanartham. To know myself, to know the swarupa of me, to know the Ishvara, the Lord. Saha Gurum Eva Abhigachet. Let him approach the teacher. Who will approach the teacher? The one who has a desire to know the reality, a desire to know the tattvam, a desire to know one's swarupam. Because the knowing one's swarupam alone frees one from samsara, from dukkham. Therefore, he goes to the Guru, because he cannot know by himself. Not possible. With the available pramanams, one cannot know oneself. So you need the help of the Guru, who handles the Shastra Pramanam and gives you knowledge. And the knowledge removes samsara. Therefore, Gurum Eva Abhigachet. Samit Paniyau, with the samit, with the twigs in your hand, approach the Guru. That twigs shows the readiness on the part of the student to receive the knowledge. You approach the teacher, who is a Shrotriya and Brahmanishta, who is a well-learned person, who has learned from his teacher and he is Brahmanishta. He has the Nishta in the Brahma. Go to him and gain Jnanam. Gaining Jnanam, you become free from samsara. All these are implied. That is why second chapter talks about Jnanam. That's why it is called Sankhya Yoga. Samsara goes away not by action. Samsara goes away only by gaining knowledge. So Uttishtata, when we say, we can bring all the Upanishad Vakyas and understand that knowledge is the only means for stopping this samsara. And the samsara manifested in the form of shoka. Shoka is a sign. Shoka, the dukkham, is a sign. If a person is a dukkhi, means he is a samsari. Dukkham is a sign of samsara. And for the samsara to go, what is required is jnanam. And that is the subject matter of this chapter. That is why this chapter is called Sankhya Yoga. So, Vyasacharya beautifully gives the background for the Upadesha to come. So, nice background he gives and uses the word, appropriate words. Tyaktva uttishta parantapa iti. Now, Bhagavan Krishna had told Arjuna, you please get up and fight. Now, Arjuna will reply. Arjuna is not going to get up and start fighting immediately. He has to come to the stage, normal stage, where he is relaxed, where he is at home and think properly, then only he can fight. So, he is not yet ready. Therefore, he further says, we will read the fourth shloka. Arjuna uvacha.
Arjuna uvacha.
Katam bhishmamaham sankye.
Katam
Bhishmamaham
sankhe.
Dronam cha madhusudana.
Dronam
Dronam cha
cha
Madhusudana.
Madhusudana.
Ishubhih pratiyotsyami.
Ishubhih
प्रतियोत्स्यामि
Pujarha varisudana.
पूजार्हावरिसूदन
Hey Madhusudana, hey Harisudana. All these are the Sambodhana. Arjuna addresses Bhagavan Krishna as Madhusudana, Harisudana. Hey Harisudana, hey Madhusudana. Katam Sankyagam Pujarhau Bhishmam Dronam Ishubhihi Pratiyotsyami iti. So here Arjuna says that he is not afraid, is not afraid of enemies. He says, I'm not a coward. I'm not a coward. I'm not afraid of enemies. The problem is not fear. The problem is the people who stand right in front of me or my own gurus, my grandfather, Bhishma and Drona. Bhishma and Drona, towards whom I have great respect. Drona, my Acharya, from whom I learned this art of archery. And Bhishma, my grandfather, on whose lap I grew up, they are there. So I could not think of destroying them with my arrows. So therefore he says, they are, that is, Bhishma and Bhishma and Drona, they are Pujarhau. They are worthy of worship. Pujarhau. They are Pujarhau. They are fit to be, deserve to be worshipped. Katam Bhishmam Dronam cha akam Sankhye. Sankhya means the battle. Rane, Yuddha Kshetre. Ishubhiki Pratiyotsyami. Pratiyotsyami. How will I fight? Future tense. Yuddhadatu. Yuddhadatu. Yotsyami. Pratiyotsyami. How will I fight? How will I fight with the arrows? Ishubhihi. How can I shoot arrows against the Bhishma and Drona, who are Pujarhau? They are deserved to be worshipped. So I am not afraid, but the people who deserve my respect, with whom, with them, how can I fight? So, therefore, Bhishma and Drona, they are not my enemies. They are on the side of Duryodhana. If Duryodhana probably had been there, then Arjuna would have shot his arrow in the first instance itself. But now Drona and Bhishma are there. So therefore only he is worried. He had great respect for them. So how can he fight with them? So it is not, it's a very delicate, very difficult situation. Dharma Sankata, it's very difficult to handle the situation. The person whom you regard very high, honorable person, with whom you have to fight. Even to fight verbally is out of question. What to talk of this, the battle, where this question of do or die situation. So therefore, it says its argument is valid. Yes, it's a normal feeling of every being. Every noble person will feel like that. So that is the emotion of Arjuna. Then further he says, next shloka. Guru nahatva hi mahanubhavan Shreyo bhoktum vaikshyamapi haloke Hatvartakamanstu guru nihaiva Bunjiya bhogan rudira pradigdhan So here he says, Guru nahatvahi mahanubhavan. Shreyo Bhoktum Bhaikshyamapi Galoke. He says, it would be better to live on Bhaiksha. Bhiksha means begging. Bhiksha is begging. From the word Bhiksha, the word Bhaiksha has come. Begging from one house is Bhiksha. Begging from so many houses is called Bhaiksha. So, Brahmachari and Sadhu, they are supposed to take Bhiksha and survive. A sadhu collects food from different houses. That's called Bhaikshyam. It's called Madhukari. It's called Madhukari. Madhukari means like the honeybee collects honey from different flowers. Similarly, a sadhu collects food, not from only from one house, he will not collect. He will collect food from little from different houses and surveys on that. A sadhu and a brahmachari. He should not trouble the householder by begging the whole some food from only one house. No. That's why it goes from house to house. Every house he will collect. A little, a little. So that's called Bhaiksham Madhukari. So therefore Arjuna says, it would be better to live on alms and survive. Shreyaha. Shreyaha Bhoktum Bhaikshyam Api Iga Loke. In this world, Iga Loke. Iga Loke. Iga Loke Gurun Ahatva. Gurun is referring to Dronacharya, Kripacharya, and all the gurus. Gurun Agatva. Not killing the gurus. And they are Mahanubhavan. They are all great people. People of great glories. So, not killing the gurus, the great people. Bhaikshyam Bhoktum. Collecting Bhiksha from different houses. Collecting Bhiksha from different houses. That would be better. Shreyaha. Iha Loke, that would be better. So, Mahanubhavan Gurun Agatva, Bhaikshyam Bhoktum Iha Loke Shreyaha. Shreyaha means better. Here the word Shreyaha means better. It would be better to beg food and survive on that. Not killing the gurus. Not killing the gurus, who are all great people. Not killing the guru. Bhoktum api iga loke shreyaha. Shreyaha I. Gurun agatva. Bhaikshyam is Bhikshanam Samugaha. It's a Tadita word, Bhaikshyam. An pratyaya is added. Bhiksha Dibhyaha An. Sutra is to the dhatu, to the bird, Bhiksha An. So Adi Vriddhi happens. Bhaikshyam. So Gurun Agatva, Bhaikshyam Bhoktum. Bhoktum Bujdhatu. To eat the Bhaiksha and surviving api iha loke shreyaha. That would be better in the world. It would be better to collect food from different houses and live in the world rather than to kill these gurus who are all great revered teachers. What will happen if I kill them? If I kill them, Artha Kamans Guru Nigaiva Bunjiya Bogan Rudira Pradigdan. Hatva. Gurun Hatva. You have to take Guru Nigaiva Gurun from that and Hatva. Gurun Hatva. Having killed the Guru, what you gain? You are going to gain this Rajyam. And the Rajyam is denoted by the word Artha Kaman. All the Artha and the Kama, all the pleasures and the power and the money, all the luxuries, Artha Kaman, what you gain by killing these gurus. Those enjoyments, what you gain, that Bhoga, that will be stained with blood. Rudira Pradigdan. Rudira means blood. That will be stained with the blood. Blood of whom? Blood of these people. So, hatva, gurun atva, iha eva, rudira pradigdan artakaman, bogan bunjiya, bogan bunjiya. If I kill them, then I will be enjoying the pleasures of the kingdom which are stained with the blood. Rudira pradigdan. Rudira is blood. Rudira pradigdan, which will be stained with the blood, mixed with the blood. Pradigdan means mishratan, which is mixed with the blood. All the bogas, artakaman bogan, all the bogas, the enjoyments, artakaman bogan, which I gained, gurun hatva, having killed these gurus, that will be mixed, that will be stained with the blood. So, therefore it is not good. Here, bunjiya is ling lakara. Bunjiya is ling lakara. That is anubhaveyam. Bunjiya is equal to anubhaveyam. If we kill them and if we won the war and gain the kingdom, then we will be enjoying. We have to enjoy. We may have to enjoy. That's the meaning. Bunjiya anubhaveyam. Ashankayam shakto va ling. So, when doubt is there, when this possibility is there, then ling lakara is used. So, bunjiya is equal to anubhaveyam. We may enjoy the pleasures offered by the pleasures which are characterized by this arthakama, the arthakama pleasures which are stained with the blood of these gurus. Therefore, which is better? It's a nice argument. Which is better, killing them and enjoying the pleasures, or better to refrain from the battle and live on arms? Which is better? Thus he presents, Arjuna, he presents. Then doesn't stop there. He continues. We'll read the next shloka. Nachetad vidmak khataranno gariyaha.
न चैतद्विद्मः
यद्वा जयेम यदि भानो जयेयुः.
यद्वा जयेम यदिवानो जयेयुः
यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः.
यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः
तेव स्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः. I minimize that so that you can see the whole shloka. This is the 6th shloka. So Arjuna expresses his confusion now. It's very clearly expresses. Na cha etad vidmaha. Etat na vidmaha. I do not know. What? Naha katarat gariyaha. Gariyaha means better. Sreshtataram. Kim sreshtataram naha asmakam. What is better for us? Etat na vidmaha. Nacha etat vidmaha. Katarat naha gariyaha. Gariyaha means which is sreshtataram, which is good, which is better. So, na vidmaha. I do not know. We do not know. Which would be better for us? Which would be better? Is there any option? Yes, he says. Yadva jayema yadivano jayeyugu. Yadva jayema. Jayema means we conquer them, or naha jayeyugu. Yadva jayema yadiva naha jayeyugu. Whether we conquer them or they conquer us. They means referring to Dhartarashtra. Which would be better? We don't know. So Arjuna expresses his confusion. Whether we conquering them is better or they conquering us is better. Which is better? Na etat vidmaha. Yadi va no jayeyuhu, conquering them, and them that is connected, that is said by the next sentence, next two lines. The one line only. Yan eva hatva na jaji vishamaha. Yan hatva, killing them, hatva, te, yan hatva na jaji vishamaha. Killing whom we will not be desiring to live. Jiji vishamaha, jivitum ichamaha. Jiji visha, jivitum icha, jiji visha, sananta. Muktum icha, mumuksha, jnatum icha, jigyasa, kartum icha, chikirsha. Similarly, jivitum icha, jiji visha. So jiji visha maha, here it's a kriya padam. Jiji visha maha. We will not be desiring to live, killing whom? Whom? Who are they? They, that is Dhartarashtras, the sons of Dhritarashtra, te Dhartarashtraha, Pramukhe Avastitaha. They stand right in front of us. Killing whom we will not will be desiring to live, they are standing right in front of us. So therefore, which is better? They killing us or we killing them? Better to lead a life of sannyasi would be better, because you have to can take bhiksha from different houses. That would be better rather than enjoying the kingdom which is stained with blood of these people. That is what he said in the previous shloka. Now he says, I don't know which is better. So it means Arjuna has come down. Slowly is coming down. It's becoming normal. First he said, it would be better to live the life of a sannyasi taking bhiksha rather than enjoying the kingdom stained with blood. Now he says, which is better? Na yetat vidmaha katarat gariyaha, which is better? Yadi they conquer us or we conquer them. Jayema or jayayuhu. So it means he is slowly returning to his normal state. Because now it expresses his confusion. It expresses inability to decide what to do. Which is better, he doesn't know. So therefore, it shows, he tells, I am confused. Therefore, clearly says, I am confused what to do. Which is better? Which is better? If you say which is better, then probably he will get into that. He will do it. So therefore, he says, I am confused. Which is better for us? We don't know. We don't know, he says. He says, we don't know, including Krishna. But Krishna knows what to be done, what not to be done. So, now, further he says, this is a very important shloka. The next shloka, what we are going to see, that brings in a change in the relationship between Arjuna and Krishna. If Arjuna had argued or discussed with Krishna as his charioteer or his friend, then Gita would not have been there. But this shloka, where you see the Arjuna ready to change his role from a friend to a disciple. He becomes a disciple. Arjuna and Krishna, who were of the same age. Now, Arjuna, who treated Krishna as his friend, now he will convert himself to be this is a real conversion. He will become the disciple. When he becomes the disciple, then who is Krishna? Krishna is the Guru. So, he changes his role from being a friend to a disciple, and also makes the role of Krishna to change from a friend to Guru. Unless Arjuna had not changed the role from being a friend to a disciple, then teaching would not have come. So one has to become the disciple to gain the knowledge. That Arjuna beautifully he presents here, and this is an important shloka. So far, the discussion between Krishna and Arjuna is only the charioteer Krishna and Arjuna discussion, or friend Krishna Arjuna discussion. And now, from here onwards, you will see the relationship between them taking a change. It's a very good change. We will read this shloka. Karpanyadoshopahatas svabhavah
कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः
स्वभावः
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढचेताः
पृच्छामि त्वां
धर्मसम्मूढचेताः
यच्छ्रेयस्यानिश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
यश्रेयस्यान्निष्टं ब्रूहि तन्मे
शिष्यस्तेगं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्
शिष्यस्तेऽहं आदिमां त्वां
प्रपन्नम्.
Here Arjuna accepts agam dharma sammuda chetaha. He clearly accepts I am confused. You can see how slowly Arjuna stepping down. First he could not decide what to do. First he said that would be better. Which would be better? Taking bhiksha and surviving would be better rather than killing these gurus. Then he said whether they kill us or we kill them, which is better, we don't know, he says. Now he says, Aham dharma sammuda chetaha. Dharma sammuda chetaha aham. I'm confused. Karpanya dosha upagata svabhavaha. He accepts that I am suffering from a dosha. What dosha? Karpanya dosha. Kripanasya bhavaha. Karpanyaha. Karpanya doshaha. Karpanya doshena upahata svabhavaha. I am being upahata, hurt, wounded by this dosha called Karpanya dosha. He accepts that Karpanya dosha. Karpanya means, you can translate the word Karpanya as faint-heartedness, the durbalata. Karpanya is the word which is used in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. There it is used in the sense Kripanaha. Kripanaha means miser. Who is a miser? The one who have taken the birth of a human being, still not striving for moksha, is a miser. It is like the person who has wealth doesn't spend the money on dharma karya, is a miser. We call them miser in the world. Similarly, the person who have taken the manushya janma and not striving for moksha, he is a kripana. And kripanasya bhavaha karpanyaha. So the faint-heartedness, that is the translation for the word. It is a dosha, it's a defect. Karpanyam, anatmamitvam, tatkrita doshaha, abhinivesha lakshanaha, shaka parthivadehe, akriti ganatvat, samasaha, tena, abhigota svabhavaha iti. That is a samasa. Okay, it is shaka parthivade, akriti gana. Anyway, that is a different topic. So karpanyam means deenata. Deenata. That is called karpanyam. Karpanya doshena upagata svabhavaha. Upagataha svabhavaha. Upagataha. By this karpanya dosha, I am suffering from this karpanya dosha. I am suffering from this karpanya dosha. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Yaha Atmanam Abhiditva Na Jnatva Asmat Loka Preeti Sahat Kripanaha, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, the same word Vyasacharya uses here. Who is a Kripana? Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, a Kripana is one who Preeti departs from this world without knowing one's real nature, who doesn't make any effort to know Bhagavan, Ishvara. That person is a Kripana. The same word Vyasacharya uses. So you can see the Gita is nothing but the Upanishad. So whatever Bhagavan has given, God-given faculties are not used for knowing the Bhagavan. So therefore that person is called a Kripana. So that is a dosha. Therefore miserliness. Not using the faculty, not using the richness which Bhagavan has given, that dosha is called Karpanya dosha. So, miserliness. Bhagavan has given buddhi, viveka. He should use, not using. That is called karpanya. So, dosha is a defect, blemish. So Karpanya dosha means it's a dosha of miserliness. So I'm suffering from this dosha. Therefore, I'm suffering from this dosha, that is Viveka Buddhi is not there. Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka Buddhi is not there. So therefore, this dosha, Upagata Swabhavaha, Prichami, Aham Prichami, I ask you, I who am struck with this defect of miserliness, ask you. And I who is confused with regard to Viveka, Dharma Sammuda Chetaha, Sammudaha, I'm confused with regard to what is Dharma and Adharma. Dharma Sammuda Chetaha, Aham Tvam Prichami, I ask you, what? Yat Nishchitam Shreyaha Syat Tat Me Brugi. Please tell me, Nishchitam, firmly, decisively, please tell me that which is Shreyas for me, which is good for me. Shreyas is absolutely good for me. The word Shreyas is very important here. Yat Shreyaha Syat. In Kathopanishad we saw Shreyas and Preyas. Yamadharmaraja introduces the topic of Vedanta using the words Shreyas and Preyas. Shreyas cha Preyas cha Manushya Metaha Tau Samparitya Vivinakti Dhiraha. That is, Shreyas is the pursuit of moksha is Shreyas. The pursuit of Dharma, Artha, Kama is Preyas. The pursuit of Preyas is a limited pursuit. The pursuit of moksha is freedom. Freedom is the benefit is unlimited, because that the knowledge of you that stops samsara, that is Shreyas. That word here Vyasacharya uses. That which is absolutely good for me. What is absolutely good for a person? Knowledge alone is the absolute good for a person, because it removes samsara. It snaps the bondage of samsara. Vidyate hridaya grantihi. So therefore, that Shreya, you please tell me. So Arjuna is asking for knowledge. The word Shreya itself shows he is asking for Brahma Vidya. Asking for Brahma Vidya alone is not sufficient. He has to become the disciple. Again, Mundaka Upanishad. How do you approach the teacher? Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahma Nishtam. With Samit Pani, you have to approach the teacher. The Samit shows that your readiness to gain the knowledge. The Samit is a dry twig, which immediately catches fire. Similarly, that you show your readiness to gain the knowledge. It's a symbolic way of showing your readiness. Samit Pani. Also, the Samit is useful to the Gurukula. A lot of yajnas are being performed. It will be useful to the Guru. So, and that's a protocol. Samit Panihi. With Samit Pani, you have to approach the teacher. The Samit Pani indicates you want to become the disciple. But here Arjuna is sitting in the battlefield. Where will you go for Samit? Therefore he says, Shishyastegam Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. I am your disciple. Shadi. Shadi means it's not Hindi Shadi. Shadi.com. Here Shadi means teach. It's a lot lakara. Shas Dhatu. To teach. Shadi, Mam Shadi, you please teach me. Tvam Prapannam, I surrender unto you. I surrender. Tvameva Sharanagati. Tvameva Mama Sharanagatihi. I surrender to you. Mam Shadi, teach me. Agam Te. Bhavataha. Shishyaha. Arjuna, friend, became disciple. This is the real conversion. Any conversion is not real. In fact, if at all any conversion is to be done in the world, this is the real conversion. All other conversions are foolish conversions. A person has to become a disciple to receive the teaching. That is the real conversion. So here the beautiful conversion had happened in Arjuna. He surrendered to Bhagavan. He surrendered to his friend, and now he looks upon Krishna as his Guru, Bhagavan, and asking him to teach. So Arjuna understood this confusion will go only by knowledge. The samsara will go only by knowledge. This dukkham will go only by knowledge. There is no other means for dukkham. Samsara means the dukkham, the mental dukkham. Physical dukkam cannot be avoided. Physical dukkam one has to endure, one has to live with physical dukkam. The samsara, what we say is the mental. It is the dukkam, mental dukkam. So for that, the only solution is the knowledge. Therefore Arjuna asked Bhagavan Krishna, please teach me. I surrender to you. I become your disciple. Please accept me as your disciple and teach. When Arjuna surrenders, Krishna will be so glad. Because he was waiting for this opportunity. And Bhagavan Krishna, being Lord, he knows Arjuna will come to me. He will come to me and he will ask for knowledge. And he, being his friend also, he wanted to help. So unless he asks, he cannot give Upadesha. Upadesha should be asked for. Only when it is asked, it is given. Unasked, if it is given, then it doesn't have any value. The receiver will not find any value. So therefore, Arjuna surrenders and Bhagavan to Bhagavan Krishna, and Bhagavan Krishna will start teaching. And few more shlokas are there which Arjuna will say. After that, Bhagavan will start teaching. That we will see. We will see in the next class. So we can stop here. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tattvatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidusura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadagya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद।